Friends, you never know who you'll touch in life. You never know how or when you'll have an impact or how important your example can be to someone else. My faith helps me understand that circumstances don't dictate my happiness or my inner peace. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. You have to be who you are in this world, no matter what. At the end of the day, my friends, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about what you've done with those accomplishments. It's about who have you lifted up? Who have you made better? It's about what you've given back to those people. I think personally a role model is a mentor, someone who you see on a daily basis and you learn from them. My faith taught me how to forgive. Faith taught me when people present themselves in a certain way, there's probably some backstory or issue or reason for the way that they are acting. It's not you, my friends. It's them. And a lot of times, it's about something that's completely out of their control. Put God first. I've been protected. I've been directed. I've been corrected. I've kept God in my life, and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with Him, but He always stuck with me. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. And understand, to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. It's not how much you have in life. It's about what you do with what you have. That's where the success is in helping others. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. That's how I live my life. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. My advice is this, and it's simple. Don't just aspire to make a living. Friends, aspire to make a difference. And may God bless each and every one of you, and take good care. Bye-bye now. Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an author, an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today radio show. You can see a video version of this if you go to the YouTube channel, Take Your Life Back Today show. Why time feels like it's flying by, and maybe how to slow it down, if it's even possible, friends. Our parents warned us about it, but it's hard to understand until you experience it firsthand. As you get older, time seems to just fly by. Don't you feel that way? It catches you off guard, probably because it's such a powerful and bizarre concept. You can't add more time to the clock, but by understanding how this phenomenon works, you can at least try to make life seem like it's passing by a little bit slower. So, our relative time changes. There are different theories about why our perception of time changes as we age. For one, we perceive time relatively, and that means an hour at the age of 5 is different than an hour at the age of 55. When you're a kid, you haven't been alive very long. So 1 year is a huge percentage of your overall life. When you're an adult, however, you've already experienced many years. So a measly year feels much smaller than for a child. We have fewer new experiences in life. The older we get and the more of the world we've seen, we start to develop a routine. The days start to blend together and time seems to pass us by fairly quickly. Psychologist William James concluded as much in Principles of Psychology. He explained that compared with childhood, adulthood has fewer new and memorable experiences. We often measure time by firsts, our first day of school, first kiss, first home, first child. when we run out of. First, James says the days and the weeks smooth themselves out and the years grow hollow and collapse. When our memories are detailed, the moment seems to last much longer. Here's what neuroscientist David Eagleman said in the profile in the New Yorker. I quote, "This explains why we think that time speeds up when we grow older," unquote. Eagleman said why childhood summers seem to go on forever while old age slips away while we're dozing. The more familiar the world becomes, the less information your brain writes down, and the more quickly time seems to pass. Time is this rubbery thing. It stretches out when you really turn your brain resources on, and when you say, "Oh, I got this," everything is as expected. It shrinks up again. So when we get caught in dreaded autopilot mode, we're racing through the day with no real detail of our surroundings. It's like when you have a long commute to work. Sometimes you get to go to your destination with no real memory of even driving there. Why new experiences are important and how positively they affect your perception of time itself. Time seems to slip by quickly as we grow older and things become familiar. This isn't just an observation, but a result of the way our brains process information. New experiences can be especially important as we age because they take more time to process, making time appear to last longer. And here is why. The ticking clock is a lie. It is a fabrication of time that moves forward steadily without missing or reorganizing a beat. We think this is how time works, but our brains perceive time very differently. When our brains receive new information, it doesn't necessarily come in the proper order. This information needs to be reorganized and presented to us in the form that we can understand. When familiar information is processed, this doesn't take much time at all. New information, however, is a bit slower and makes time feel elongated. Neuroscientist David Eagleman, who has extensively studied the effects of our brain's perception of time, believes that this effect makes time fly faster as we age. His profile in the New Yorker, written by Burkhard Bilger, explains further. This explains why we think that time speeds up when we grow older, Eagleman said. So why childhood summers seem to go on forever and old age just slips away. The more familiar the world becomes, the less information your brain writes down, and the more quickly time seems to pass. So, as I stated in the beginning of this video, time is a rubbery thing. It stretches when you really turn your brain resources on, and when you don't, it just shrinks up. When we are young, we may sometimes wish for more time to pass quickly, so school will be over and we can enjoy our time off. When we are old, we may wish time passed more slowly as we have fewer years remaining with our loved ones. The problem isn't our age, however, but the processing of familiar information. If we perceive time more slowly when we're processing the unfamiliar, then the frequent introduction of unfamiliar could help our perception of time from the rapidly shrinking. But we still have plenty to learn about the way our brain works. If our lives might feel longer and fuller by frequently trying new things, it seems like a worthwhile endeavor. So time passes. Slow it down. Slow yourself down. And call me at 844-405-HELP. Together, you and I, we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves and always be good to each other. And remember, a simple smile to anyone can change their day and their life. It can help you in your own life. God truly loves us. Utilize the time that God gives you, the 86,400 seconds this morning, in a wisely manner, because once tomorrow shows up, it starts all over again if God allows you to live. May God bless you, and we'll talk to you later. And take good care of yourselves. Take care. Bye-bye now.